For latest astrology videos, subscribe Astrodify channel and press this bell icon to get notified when a new video goes live.
Hello everybody, welcome to Astrodify. Today we are going to talk about Rahu in Gemini and Ketu in Sagittarius zodiac sign. So what are their results in these respective signs? We will discuss today. So let's start this video. If you want to book a consultation for yourself, you can go on this website. The link is given in the description. So we are going to talk about Rahu in Gemini and Ketu in Sagittarius respectively. And before talking about all the results of these planets in these zodiac signs, there are certain important things which I want to share here first. The first thing here is that if you do not know that what is Rahu, what is Ketu, what are their significance, what is their impact upon our lives, how do they control the world, and at the same time our lives as well. So for that I have made a video. You can watch that in the card section, which is shown above, and also in the description the link is shared there. Watch that video, I humbly request you, because in that video I have discussed quite a lot in detail various aspects of Rahu and Ketu, whether it is from the aspect of astronomy, astrology, psychology, or philosophy. So all aspects are combined there in order to give a big picture of Rahu and Ketu together. So and why I'm saying this, because most of the people are quite fearful of Rahu and Ketu, and this is a huge misconception among people, that they are always afraid of Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. No doubt they are malefic planets, but always they are not going to give you bad results. So you have to investigate that what is their actual nature in your horoscope, and that you can only understand when you know the planet itself fundamentally. So watch that video so that you can get a basic fundamental understanding as well as a big clarity about the Rahu and Ketu nature in general. So today we are going to talk about Gemini and Sagittarius sign when these two planets are placed in them. We are going to proceed with this discussion in total 2 cases and 2 sub cases each, so total 4 cases. So in first case we will discuss that when Rahu is stronger than Ketu, then what will be the results, and 2 sub cases will be there if Rahu is well placed or badly placed. Then similarly, if Ketu is stronger than Rahu, then what are the results, and 2 sub cases each if Ketu is well placed or badly placed. So you have to see in the chart that who is stronger among the two. So Rahu and Ketu, the planet which is stronger among the two, the other planet which is less in strength as compared to the other one, will give results under the subordination of that planet. So if Rahu is stronger than Ketu, then Ketu will give results under the dominion of Rahu, and vice versa. So first case we will talk about Rahu is stronger than Ketu, and first sub case, if Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are well placed, then what will be the conditions. So actually this is a quite good sign for Rahu. People say there are many people who believe that Rahu is exalted in Gemini. Actually Rahu is not exalted in Gemini, it is exalted in Taurus, and I have already given a reason for that in the last video when I made when we discussed about Rahu in Taurus and Ketu in Scorpio, so why they are exalted in those signs. But however, Gemini and Sagittarius are considered very good signs for Rahu and Ketu. If Rahu and Ketu are well placed, they have capacity to give a lot of good results in life. So first sub case we will talk about if Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are well placed, then Rahu, if it is sitting here, so it makes person quite practical, logical, rational, clever, street smart, gives excellent communication and convincing ability. Person is quite charming and charismatic, and a smooth talking attitude will be there, that they are able to convince other people, and people get attracted to them when they communicate. So that kind of ability can be seen. Of course, as I said, that Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord must be well placed, otherwise these things won't be seen there. So this is the first case which I am talking about. Next thing here is that it also makes person what you can say somewhat diplomatic in nature, gives good negotiation ability, gives keen observation, in seeing the things and around and the things happening in their vicinity, gives some kind of what you can say, I will not say in a negative sense, but yes, Rahu has that element of manipulation. So speech and communication can be manipulative, diplomatic, some kind of deception can be seen. Means the person does not tell everything, they will hide the things. So hide some things, share those things which are necessary, so that the other person attracts. Because Rahu and Gemini and Mercury are what? They are sellers, they are merchants. So they want to sell the goods, and they don't want to tell each and every bad aspect of good, because otherwise the person will not buy it. So the thing is that it brings that element of hiding some things, do not sharing each and everything transparently about anything, whether it is in personal life, professional life, it does not matter, but these things can be seen. Rahu and Mercury and Gemini, they all represent materialistic world. They are very materialistic in nature, all of them. Mercury is trade, commerce, communication, speech, everything, and the daily transaction which is going on in our world, continuous cycle of commerce. That is Mercury. Rahu is the same thing, and Gemini again, it is the natural zodiac sign of the third house. So they represent materialism in general. So here, if Rahu is well placed and Mercury is supporting that, it makes person driven by materialistic ambitions. So driven by wealth, pleasures, luxuries, attain status, name, recognition, a lot of money, all these kind of things. And these are good things, because not everybody is spiritual, not everybody is materialistic. Here, the tendency is going to be more towards material world. But if Rahu is well placed and Jupiter is also supportive, then person works hard in order to fulfill their ambitions and desires. It's not like they will find shortcuts all the time, do illegal things, and then attain their means ultimately, no matter what. So that methodology is not going to be seen, which is of bad Rahu. We will discuss that later. But the first thing here is that it gives person this kind of desires and mental approach. Also, some kind of greed can be seen, because Rahu is never satisfied. Once you attain success in life, then Rahu motivates the person to target the next goal. Then, okay, this you have achieved in your life, now what is next? So what is next? That always comes. So I will not say here the person is quite greedy. It can be, the person can be, but at the same time, you can call it as ambition. However, both are more or less same things. But the thing is, ambition means the person is working in a positive direction with positive methodology, not by cheating and manipulating and exploiting others and ultimately getting what they want by hook or crook. Not like that. So if Rahu is well placed, it makes person quite materially ambitious, and they work hard for that. And at the same time, it gives good business acumen. Person is quite business minded, practical, logical, street smart. They know that how things work in real world. I may be learned, I may have done good education from colleges, but Rahu believes what happens in general with people, how the world works. They are more inclined towards knowing that and following that. So the person understands here quite early that bookish knowledge is not going to lead me anywhere. I have to become practical and understand the things happening around me. Otherwise, I'm not going to be successful and fulfilling my desires which I have thought of. So that can be seen. However, at the same time, it makes person foresighted. Rahu is never considered a planet which supports foresight, because Rahu is always worried about the present, which means my present desire should be fulfilled. I am not going to worry about tomorrow. But if here it is well placed, then in front of Rahu is Ketu in Sagittarius, which is the sign for foresight. So person is going to be foresighted as well. That okay, they are not going to plan just for today. They are also going to plan for 20 years, 10 years from now. That okay, I have this vision that in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, in my life, I want to do this, I want to get this, I want to become this. So that mentality also drives person to do the things in present in order to attain the things which you have thought of in future. Then see, Rahu is a selfish planet. So selfish means it's going to be always motivating to think for your own self first. You're not going to put others first. That is Sagittarius. So we will talk about later. But Rahu here shows that I am going to care for my wishes and desires and things first. Then I will work and think about other people. So this can be seen, and that is why it is good for business minded approach, and gives good entrepreneurial skills as well. It also gives good understanding of sales, trade, business, commerce, finance, accounts, technology, science, and all. And with the help of these understandings and knowledge, person attains material success and growth in life. So this is an excellent situation. If your other combinations are good, you have to see other combinations, no doubt. But if Rahu is well placed and the other yogas are good in the chart, it gives tremendous material success and growth in life. It is a very excellent situation for that. And however, Rahu, as I said, it gives never ending desires. So no matter how rich you become, how successful you become, still you will crave for something more, because in front of Rahu, who is there? Ketu. So Ketu gives that inner emptiness, and Rahu is never satisfied until and unless he is fulfilled up till here, to the neck. That is Rahu. So the thing is that never-ending desires always are present in the mind, and person chase them continuously throughout their life. So they become successful, they have attained what they desired, but they still can feel that I want to make something very big out of my life. That is what Rahu is. Then as I mentioned, in front of Rahu is Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is your ideals, morals, ethics, values, principles. If Rahu is dominating, person won't care about them too much. So you can say that person is not very idealistic. And I'm not saying that they are breaking the law, but they are using the law in order to find loopholes so that they can attain profit through that. So that kind of mentality can be seen, because without that, if you are always a person who is extremely law abiding, then in present day world, no matter where you are living, doing business and attaining success becomes difficult, extremely difficult. So in this case here, Rahu understands that. Because Rahu is what? Your real life, what is happening around you, that is Rahu. So Rahu, if it is dominating the personality of the person here, it makes the person realize that, okay, I respect law, but I know that, as I mentioned, that for me, I am first. Rahu is selfish planet, so it's going to always consider himself first. So I'm not going to fulfill my desires if I'm going to continue this path. So I have to be somewhat using some kind of methods so that I'm not breaking the law, but at the same time, I also gain out of that. So person is not going to be very idealistic and honest all the time. And they seek for profit and gain in everything, even if Rahu is well placed, then also. And this can be seen in personal life as well. For professional life, it is fine, but for personal life also, in terms of relationships, in terms of emotional aspects, this attitude is never considered good, because emotions are beyond value. You cannot what you can say, measure the quality of a relationship through some practical means. You cannot measure love, you cannot measure care, you cannot measure those intimate emotions, or the bond which a person has with the other one in their life. So Rahu does not understand that, because Rahu, Mercury, Gemini are all logic, rationality, practicality, all these things. They do not consider emotion at all. So if Moon is not well placed here, which is your controller of emotions, or Venus also, then these kind of bad aspects can be seen, which can hinder the personal relationships, where, as I mentioned, that you are seeking out profit and gain, that what I am getting out of this relationship. Okay, that kind of sense starts to dawn upon the person. So me first attitude here. Then also Rahu makes person here quite calculative, strategic, analytical, gives very good memory. People do not forget easily. Very good with numbers and mathematics, makes person intelligent, clever, inventive, secretive, and they know that how to work around the things. Actually, the term here is jugaad. It is a term which is Hindi term, but it has been incorporated in Oxford Dictionary as well. So that kind of mentality can be seen. And here Rahu gives attachment with the material accomplishments which the person has gained in their lives. So attachment with money, wealth and possessions and all kind of accomplishments which you attained in your life. So here, as I mentioned, that Rahu is very excellent for these kind of things, for giving material progress, but some drawback is also there. And at the same time, it makes person social and somewhat opportunistic because of me first attitude. Then it is a very good sign and placement for scientific research or any kind of research in general, inventions, analysis, and any kind of where you are what you can say, generating some good ideas and working upon them. So for that it is very good placement. So these are good characteristics of Rahu which it can give here. Now we will talk about the second subcase, that if Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are badly placed and then Rahu is sitting here, then what will be the result? So all the negative aspects which Rahu can bring in life, that I will discuss today now. But you have to take it as a source of information. Do not jump to conclusions, I request you, because we do not know where Rahu and Ketu are, means in which house they are, with which planets they are sitting, how Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are placed, how are the situations in divisional charts. We do not know that. So I am giving you a general description. You might see some of the aspects here which we are going to discuss, or all of the aspects, or some mixed results. It depends on the chart. So until and unless you do not actually analyze the situation of Rahu and Ketu properly in the chart, do not jump to unnecessary conclusions. So what will be the negative results? We will now discuss that. If Mercury, Moon and Lagna Lord are badly placed, then Rahu has tremendous capacity to generate many negative results in the personality as well as the life of that person. So first of all, it makes person blindly materialistic, who are only worshippers of money, luxuries, wealth and pleasures, and makes person extremely hedonistic, selfish, corrupt, sleazy, pathological liars can be seen, person who is deceitful, betrayer, backstabber, conspiring, always finding shortcuts to fulfill their desires, extremely manipulative, using their knowledge and intellect every time for wrong purposes and in incorrect direction. It gives cleverness and makes person secretive, but it also brings that cunning, ruthless pragmatism which can be seen, where you do not care about other people's emotions at all, and whether you do not care about the morals, ethics, values, principles, and a system based on trust and based on mutual cooperation and coordination. The person does not believe in that, because in front of Rahu, who is there? Sagittarius Ketu. Sagittarius is your morals, ethics, values and principles, and it is the zodiac sign for justice. Person does not believe in justice because they think that everything is corrupt and nothing is going to be ever working out well, and that kind of mentality makes the person negative as well. That can be seen. People who blame others all the time, who are projecting their fears out onto other people or things, and they are blaming others for their own failures, give excuses, illogical excuses, and so as to justify their mistakes. They are and pretending to be innocent. That can be seen. Then here, as I mentioned, it makes a person conspiring against other people, gives crab mentality. You are not rising high in life. You want to pull the leg of other person so that he should also not rise high in life. That kind of bad mentality can be seen. It can create rumor mongering, propagation of fake news, misinformation among the people, because what is Gemini? Communication, information, facts, data, all the time wrong facts, misinformation, propagation of fake news and information for own selfish agendas. Rumor mongering can be seen, and which disrupts relationships with people. Then business minded approach can be there, but person will not succeed in businesses. Initial business success can be seen. Ultimately the success does not stay. Then it can also show a person who is very calculative all the time, means they are they are always having some kind of ulterior motives behind their back for everything in life, whether it is for profession, whether it is for relationships with your friends, with your partner, with your parents, with your siblings, anything. You just care about some kind of opportunistic agenda, some kind of ulterior motives which are going on behind your back, how I can benefit from this person. That kind of bad mentality can be seen. Do not give a crap about emotions, not even yourself, not even other people. And as I mentioned, the person does not care about humanity, ethics, morality. These are just words to them who don't have any meaning. That kind of belief is there. Then it also can show twisting and playing around with the laws and all the things which are there to protect the system, means protect the civilization. So break the rules and regulations and all those kind of things. So lawbreakers can be seen. People who are engaged in any kind of malpractices, illegal behaviors, activities can be seen with this. And propagation of I said corruption in society can be given by Rahu. It also shows at corruption of any kind, whether at the level of politics or bureaucracy or religion, because Sagittarius is in front of it, and or media, communication, education, teachers and educators who are acting as a guidance light to the young generation. They show incorrect path, infest bad ideas in youth population, and show them a path of put them on a path of corruption, immorality, inethics, and anarchy ultimately. So we can see this even in big institutions around the world. No matter where you live, you will find this. People who are scholars, intellectuals, big media people, who are considered as intellectuals among society, because of their selfish, biased agendas, they are trying to generate a lot of misinformation and misguidance among the population. So that can also be seen, a person who is like this. Yeah? And it can also bring lots of problems like addictions of any kind, whether it is smoking, drinking, gambling, sex addictions, any kind of addictions can be seen. High lust can be seen, and ultimately person waste their life a lot. Procrastination will be there. They will have a lot of desires but don't want to work hard, because Rahu is what? Lethargy, indolence. That is what Rahu is. So it will increase this notion that, oh, I don't believe in hard work, I just believe in some kind of tricks and I want and shortcuts. So it gives, and one more thing, that here, even if Rahu is bad, if other yogas are good, it gives high success to people. But one very important thing is that it also brings sudden and permanent downfall in life. It is for sure, it will happen, whether it is you're in later life or in middle life, but it will happen. So these are of course quite negative, bad characteristics of Rahu. But as I said, do not jump to conclusions. What I have said, treat it as a source of information. Now, if Ketu is stronger than Rahu, we are moving to the second case. If Ketu is stronger than Rahu, then what will be the results? And in this, the first sub case will be that if Jupiter, which is the lord of Sagittarius, and Moon and the Lagna lord are well placed, then Ketu has capacity to give quite good results in life, because for Ketu, Sagittarius is a very good sign, and if it is getting support and from Jupiter, Moon and Ascendant Lord, and it is making good combinations in the chart, you can see quite a lot of good results in life. So first of all the things which we will discuss, they are going to be contrastingly opposite to what we have discussed about Rahu. So here, if Ketu is stronger than Rahu and it is well placed, then it makes person intelligent, skeptical, intuitive, driven by knowledge, and person seek for practical application of knowledge and learning. Person does not believe in just learning about the things and forgetting about the realistic implementation of that knowledge in their lives. They want to implement that knowledge in order to change themselves, see the improvement. That is what knowledge is for. So here it makes person knowledge driven, and also at the same time a person who is seeking for application practically of that knowledge and learning in their lives. It makes person wise, gives wisdom with the time. Of course, with the time it will come, but it brings that. If ninth lord is well placed, then it can be higher and earlier in life. It also it is a placement which generates existential angst and crisis in life. So it also gives philosophical, religious, spiritual inclination as well in life. Of course, you have to see the yugas, but in this placement, Ketu has this capacity. Then it gives interest in occult science, psychology, biology, research, development, medicine, law, all these areas, and anything which is mysterious. So these kind of interest can be seen. Also, this makes person quite a reserved, introvert, insightful in nature, gives deep conceptual thinking. Person has that notion that they should understand a subject in depth, not just superficial knowledge. So deep, insightful, conceptual thinking can be seen. Also, if Jupiter is well placed, then it makes person quite ethical, moralistic in nature, and gives a strong foundation of belief system or ideology, fundamentally, which is based on a rational, experiential, credible, deep understanding and learning of a subject, and wisdom accumulated over a period of time in life through books, teachers, and life experiences. So a good belief system in general based on these factors is there in life. Then it is also a good placement for using knowledge to earn money, because in front of Ketu there is Rahu. So Rahu wants to earn money, what they have learned. So using your knowledge and education and information in order to earn a livelihood can also be seen. However, it also gives deep understanding which is not prejudiced and biased in nature. So deep understanding of a subject as well as life in general, which is not judgmental, biased and prejudiced. And this is a very good aspect of Ketu in this particular placement. So person has ability to see the big picture because they do not adhere to specific limited perceptions about life and any particular subject in general. So and also gives ability to see the absolute infinite reality with a means infinite reality or in-depth knowledge of that particular subject, or whether it is material or spiritual in nature, it does not matter, it depends upon the chart. But this ability to go beyond the normal perceptions about that subject, that becomes the major good quality here. So so person is not looking at a limited, colored, relative, superficial, prejudiced, judgmental thinking or picture of that subject. He is not able to see from some other person's lens. They develop their own perception by logical inquiry. So that is a really good aspect which is rarely seen, not all the time, but it is possible. That is why I'm telling here. If good spiritual yogas are there in the chart, this placement is very good for yoga. Sannyas means renunciation, monasticism, yoga, meditation, self-realization, tantra, intuition, all these aspects, and occult sciences of all kind, religion, culture, all these things. So these are obviously quite good results of Ketu in Sagittarius. Now the last sub case, that if Jupiter, Moon and Lagna Lord are badly placed in the chart, they are not supporting Ketu, then Ketu has tremendous capacity to generate a lot of problems in life, negative results in life, and it can make person fearful, conservative, bigot, fundamentalist in approach, people who are quite superstitious, who have who's now see that the belief system will be based on unnecessary orthodox, conservative, traditionalist, rigid mindsets, not with all the things which I mentioned before, not based on logic and science and rationality and practicality and all that things. So now belief system will be based on these bad aspects, where bigotry is there, fundamentalist approach is there, orthodoxy is there, superstition and conservatism excessive to a point of rigidity, judgment, prejudice, bias, narrow-mindedness, separatist, hateful tendencies. They generate person's belief, and they make the person's identity and ideology. So we can see people who are fanatics, who are stubborn, and who are consciously intellectually blind. Means they are so driven, they think that their viewpoint is so correct that everything else is false. So that kind of intellectual blindness can be seen, and it can be in any aspect, whether it is related to religion, race, ethnicity, culture, tradition. It can be related to people who are racist, can be seen with this. People who are fighting in the name of religion can be seen with this. Who are bringing separation and divisions among the people by creating populism can be seen with this. So that level of negativity can be generated by Ketu in this aspect. Then people who are hypocrite, and who have death anxiety, tremendous fear of death, losing things, who do false propaganda of crooked beliefs to create polarization among the people in the society. So as I said, people who are populists, so populism, instability, anarchy, who are trying to induce this in society, can be seen. Dirty politicians with these aspects, you can see this. Best example which I remember right now, Adolf Hitler. He had this Rahu in Gemini, Ketu in Sagittarius in 3rd, 9th axis. What he did, same thing. So the Holocaust and all those aspects which came out, it was a real horrifying, horrendous picture of evil capacity of man. It showed us that to what lengths a human can go in evil terms. That was reflected in this. So all bad aspects of Ketu are there. Even see that in his chart, Jupiter and Moon and Ketu are together. Jupiter and Moon are in Sagittarius with Ketu in Sagittarius, and still he is having this. Why? Because his Lagna Lord is extremely badly placed. That is why I have emphasized that always see Moon and Lagna Lord all the time. So this is one aspect. Then it can give people who have God complex, superiority complex, or inferiority, but mainly God complex and superiority complex, and who have egomania, that can be seen. Then people who are easily influenced, who are conspiracy thinkers, who think that everything is a hoax and a lie and government is planning against us. People who are believing in all sort of unnecessary illogical theories, that can be seen. People who will actually live in denial, actually. So that people who are living in self-deception and self-denial. It also generates quite a lot of frustration, sheer dissatisfaction from everything in life, no matter how successful in life you are. And we can see all kind of mental health issues and problems with this particular alignment. It can be fear, depression, anxiety, phobia, confusion, suicidal tendencies, psychotic disorders, anything from small to big, everything can be captured here depending on the planetary alignments. Then people take things for granted and they don't value. Ungratefulness can be seen in behavior, a deep sense of ingratitude. Then high ego, notion of invincibility, no empathy and compassion, unforgiving behavior. People are holding a lot of grudges and vindication towards other people. Bitterness and resentment is high, that can be seen. No moral compass or conscience, because what is Sagittarius? Your conscience, your morality. So if it is extremely badly placed and other yogas are bad, then what will happen? Person does not have any moral compass. They are morally crippled and intellectually blind, leading to very weak conscience or no conscience at all. And a person in this situation is living completely in denial and projection and too much guilt-ridden. See, if there is no conscience, then there will be no guilt. but guilt riddenness can be seen if conscience is there. So that's what I'm talking about. But at the same time, if moral compass is poor, then it increases corruption, immorality, uh, uh, then gradual extinction of civilization, or a natural system which has been established. Then it also shows, as I mentioned, fundamentalist teachers and mentors with either no knowledge or half knowledge, and they also misguide you, as I already discussed in case of Rahu. Then it also can give troubles to father, bosses, or superiors, or teachers, or gurus, or troubles with father, bosses, superiors, teachers, or gurus. It can also show some certain kind of learning disabilities as well in people. Huh? So these are aspects which are quite negative, and with this placement we can see a lot of people who are acting as a facilitator of corruption in society, leading to gradual deterioration of civilization. So we can see people who are greedy, dirty, corrupt politicians and bureaucrats or officials, whether in public life or private, then or in corporates. Then corrupt media personalities, because Rahu is in Gemini, corrupt educators, and or teachers. Then people who do all kind of crimes and follow malpractices, break the law, indulge in all kind of illegal activities can be seen. Then people who are creating separation among people, as I mentioned, polarization among people or population based on religion, culture, ethnicity, race, caste, creed, nationality, all these kind of things can be seen with this. So whether leaders or teachers or gurus or people who are who have some what you can say influence upon public, who practice these kind of aspects, can be seen with this placement. Now this is a very good situation for one more thing, that this particular placement also gives high success and sudden and permanent downfall if it is badly placed. If it is not badly placed, then the success comes and it stays in person, gradually attains more success in life. Yeah, and there are certain aspects for career and education fields also for which this particular alignment is good, like teaching, research, development, analysis, science, invention, and technology and engineering. Then it is good for music, mass communication, writing, media, sales, trade, business, advertising, any kind of communication related activities, aviation, supply chain, logistics, distribution, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, chemicals, finance, accounts, good for diplomacy, politics, law, judiciary, police, we can investigation. Then it's also considered good for coal, oil, gas, entertainment sector. We can see poets and artists with this. It is good for sports also. Also favorable for philosophy, religion, astrology, all kind of occult science. So these are areas where if Rahu and Ketu are influencing your career and education, these are good fields for that. So we have seen a lot of aspects in detail today about Rahu and Ketu placement in Gemini and Sagittarius. I think that you would have understood quite a lot today about their particular placement in these two respective zodiac signs. So if you are new to this channel, subscribe below for more. Check out my website and Facebook page. Otherwise, we will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye and thank you.